Okay, hello and welcome to We Started a Business Send Help. I'm Nicola, founder of Where the Stars, a styling business, and Tello House, which is a low-tox skincare brand.
And I'm George. I'm a copywriter for luxury brands, and I've recently opened the Manifesto Studio with wordy art prints for life's key moments.
So between us, we're figuring out how to run small businesses. We're talking about the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, and we're learning as we go and sharing our journeys with you.
And when we get stuck, we call in the proper experts who give us the easily actionable advice without any need for trust funds or massive amounts of time.
Welcome to episode 12 with Laura Sparks, founder of DriRun.
DriRun is a reusable pad for runners that you designed.
So Laura's going to talk from the concept to making the product a reality and all the bits in between.
I am. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Very
Can I just say I love the pod. I think it really mirrors how scrappy it is to be a startup. And I love it. And I love the jeopardy that you have. The will they, won't they get the intro jingle to land?
Still not yet.
Calling Kath.
Yeah. And talking of scrappy, this is one of the reasons why we wanted to get you on. We've seen your journey from the outside.
Yeah.
And we know it's no easy feat to get something that's already manufactured and market it and sell it. What you've done is you spotted a problem. You then lent in heavily and you created something from scratch, sort of an area where a lot of people don't know about it or don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And for me, that's scrappy AF.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the first thing would be if you can just explain a little bit about you and how you ended up doing what you do.
Yeah. So I was a freelance designer for 20 years and I worked for advertising agencies. And I was really busy doing that. So I had no plans to do anything else.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I was just walking home from Warwick, actually, with my little girl, and we're holding hands.
Oh.
And of course, she's 4, so she loosens her grip and runs towards a road.
Oh, no.
As they do.
As they do. So I knew what would happen if I chased after her. I had no choice, but I knew what was coming. Bladder leaks. And I've been a runner for 20 years, so absolutely, I was miserable that I couldn't even be the fun, active mum.
Can I ask, was that from having...
Yes, I did. Yeah, from straight away,
baby.
from baby, yeah. It was miserable, and I tried everything on the market. And there were lots of false promises in the reusable market as well, and I tried everything, every treatment, and I set about making my own. And the more I talked about it with my friends, family, and then the more I realised it was a thing. But so women were wearing anti-chafe balm with disposable pads, or they were just not exercising. Oh, I've just stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Which wasn't for me.
No.
So
So you started talking to people and opened the floodgates. Sorry.
yeah.
Here we go.
So you were still doing your job at this point, but you spoke to more people and you started to think, oh, this might be a thing. Or
Well, I made countless prototypes. And every time I would go for a run, and I was personally hoping I wouldn't face any trouble in that department, but professionally I was hoping, I could test this prototype out.
What were you
so it was
using?
a real conflict.
What were you using for the prototypes? Were you just buying things from the market, or were you getting special material in, or what?
Yeah, so I was researching, posh word for obsession, I guess. But, so it was more, it was fabrics. I had a concept that it would lock water in instead of soaking it up like a mop. It would lock it in like a sachet of tomato ketchup would.
Yeah.
Women that didn't struggle was like, oh, well, you can just wear period pants. But actually, no, it's totally different. Bladder leaks are 86,000 times quicker than menstrual leaks. And it was, and the reusable market is obsessed with periods, so that's fine. Yeah, there is nothing out there.
Yeah.
And it really did escalate. So then I needed money. I had the idea, had a scrappy prototype.
okay, so the prototype you mashed together, you tried it,
Yeah.
and you thought, actually, this is as close as damn it.
Funding it yourself at this point.
Yes, bootstrapping it with my income from my design work,
Yes.
but really tight with the finances. So I think it's a blessing to not have any money, because then every time you need support, you have to justify the problem and the solution that
Yes.
you're offering.
Yes.
there's no room for waste.
No.
And it was an absolute blessing that I had no money.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a good take on it, isn't it? And also, when things don't come easy, it makes you you want it more.
Yeah.
And also, do I really need to do this? You've got to bring you back to the core question every single time, hasn't it? Because you're not going to waste your own money, are you? So
you had the prototype. Did you then have like a little group of people that you gave the prototypes to test? Or did you just know, that's it, now I need to manufacture it?
if I was braver, I would have done that.
Yeah.
But I didn't, because we want to hold on to it until it's perfect, don't we? Well, I do.
And also, you don't want anyone to copy you.
Great point. I was very paranoid about that in the journey as well. So what I did was started a crowdfunder, which was the first time I talked about it, talked about the idea.
Yeah.
And women pre-ordered and paid £50 to pre-order an idea.
Oh,
and
wow.
when you do a crowdfunder, there's no guarantee they get their product at the end of it. They're just doing it to donate.
Yeah.
For the love of the idea. So that there was no going back after that, because there were women genuinely needed it.
Well, you're accountable then, aren't you? Sorry.
Yeah.
How did you get the word out from crowdfunding? Was it people that would search crowdfunding, or did you like promote that on your socials? Because I know we know some people that have tried crowdfunding and it didn't work that well. I guess, you know, they had a problem trying to get the community before launching the crowdfunder.
Yeah, so it was very much my friends and family network first.
Yes.
So that was the first time I admitted to my family what I was going to do.
How did that go?
It actually was pivotal, because my mum's never really understood what I do for a living. And then I said what I was doing, and she went, "Oh my word, I've struggled with this for 20 years."
Oh my goodness.
And she opened up and she pledged. And that was the first time she sort of got what I did for a living. She was like, "I'm on board." And then and actually I had strangers pre-order. It just had a momentum. I think
That's amazing.
just keep sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. It was a really raw, made face to camera video. And I don't know if that struck a chord, but that's all I had to offer anyway. And some people were like, I had a brown hoodie on, and people love that.
I guess that's what Beth said last week, that
Yeah.
you're authentic when you are following your calling.
Yeah.
People see that, don't they?
They do. They do.
And you're doing it for the right reason. You know, you're not trying to do it for, I mean, ideally it would be great when it makes you £1 million, and then you won't.
It was a small crowdfunder as well, let's be
Yeah.
real. It was $5,000, but it really,
Still.
it was the first time I've spoken about it. So it was all the fuel to the fire that I needed.
Yeah.
And what did you do with that then? Was that just for prototypes and more prototypes?
Yeah, so I would...
More hoodies?
More brand hoodies.
I mean, it honestly was a drop in the pond. It went straight away. I had no idea how to manufacture. I had no contacts.
Yeah.
So,
How did you go about that? Did you speak to people, or did you go online? Was it overseas, the UK?
Yeah.
So many questions, isn't there?
Yeah, it was difficult, and it took a year and a half to find a manufacturer, and it rewired me forever.
That's got to be frustrating as well, hasn't it?
Because you're dependent on it.
Yeah.
Nothing can happen without it. And meanwhile, people are asking, when's it going to launch?
But a year and a half. So that, in terms of for them to make it or to find the right manufacturer, or...
It was where all the mistakes were made.
Oh, this is good. Right, we're here now.
Yeah. So I really admire the brand Wear 'em Out pads, which were period pads, UK's best-selling period pads.
Yes. But she
Mm.
closed her business, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
Did she?
She
Why?
had burnout,
Yes.
moved to the
Ooh.
beach and walked away
Yes.
from it.
So she
I
didn't
remember-
sell it, she closed it.
She closed it.
It was huge. It was amazing.
It's
What she
huge.
did was incredible. But she got to a point, I think, during COVID, and then other competitor brands came up that were undercutting in price and that kind of thing. So I remember watching her last video.
So I did ask her for a phone call, because she was at that stage, and she'd walked the path I was about to walk, and there aren't
so smart.
There aren't many people out there that have. And she manufactured in the UK, and I was like, how are you doing that? And she said her manufacturer will never manufacture for anyone else. So that was the door shut for me.
So did she speak to you?
Yes,
She
we
did
had a
speak
great
to
phone
you.
call.
Okay.
She never took a salary throughout the whole
Yeah.
time, even though she'd made
Yeah.
the good money. And that was a cautionary tale, really, to think about it differently to the way she did it. But even though I see her as an absolute hero.
Did she give you advice? Did she give you?
Yes, she was very clear that she wasn't a numbers person and that you have to be all over your numbers. Yeah. So I don't manufacture in the UK.
Yeah.
I manufacture in Portugal, and that's a whole tale. But that was the year and a half it took to get to Portugal. But
How do you find them?
So zooming into Lauren's sort of social media, she had some paperwork on her desk.
This is
right.
This is what Nick does. The detective. You've got an inbuilt detective.
got to.
Yeah, this is amazing.
I was like Google Lens until you literally nail it down to like the address.
Yeah. So I found a supplier logo on a piece of paper in her socials, ended up being a consultant, not a manufacturer. But I got in touch with them and it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I ended up using a consultant in London. So I thought this would be a shortcut, but it wasn't. And it ended up being horrendous. He had a really good background. He was a menswear fashion designer. So he knew his fabrics and he sourced amazing fabrics for me. I knew what I wanted, but I have the most beautiful fabrics. But he gave me a 10-page contract, which should have been a red flag. Yeah, so he under-delivered and we cut ties, but I paid him pretty much like $1,000 a month. And he was doing very little, and months and months had passed, and I said...
Were you tied into that?
Yeah. But in the end, I said, look, he'd produced 2 samples.
Yeah.
And there was no elastication in them. I said, we cannot have a pair of pants with no elastic in.
That's because you're your customer.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not the customer. So were you still working as well at this point?
Yeah, because I was paying him with it as well. And I was trying to raise...
And a mum.
And trying to do a lot of applications for government funding because I was still at R&D stage. There's a lot of paperwork as well, which really pays off. It's like winning the lottery. You do like 15 applications, you'll get one.
How you've done it, you're hardcore. Yeah.
And then, so he did lead me to the fabrics. I've got to say that.
So you got something out of that.
Yeah.
Good.
And in the end, I sort of sneakily found out he wouldn't disclose any of his suppliers, any of his fabric mills, or any of his manufacturers.
So he wanted you to go through him for everything.
Yeah. But in the end, I sort of sneakily found out a few things.
Good.
And one of them was in Portugal, and then ended up having 2. What I didn't know was that I have to pitch my idea to a supplier.
Oh.
You have to pitch it because they're all very busy. They're manufacturing boxers for Zara next.
And they don't necessarily need a
They
startup.
don't need me walking in asking for 100 units. So it took me a year and all of this crap to know that I need to walk in here and pitch this because this is going to grow.
Did you go there or did you?
Yes, booked a flight to Portugal.
Who with? Is by yourself or with someone?
No, by myself.
Yeah.
Because then my husband could look after my daughter and everything.
That's brave.
It is brave.
Yeah, but it also was like, because of everything that had happened, I had fuel and it felt like progress. The hardest days are when you are stagnant, no one's replying, someone's ripping you off. Those are the bad days.
Yeah.
Or getting on a flight to move forward.
Yeah.
In
Portugal.
To Porto as well, which beautiful.
Beautiful.
And I actually secured a second meeting while I was there. And that was really fruitful. And that was a brilliant meeting. And you had to walk into a boardroom with my little backpack on full of fabrics.
That's amazing.
And tell them what I wanted. And only two of them didn't speak English. So the sales manager had to translate the whole meeting.
Oh, gosh.
And the pattern cutter was there. And I knew they were taking me seriously.
Amazing.
In that moment.
Do you think, like, if you look back, that guy who came in, who bought it into the process, do you think what he did you could have done yourself? Because I think sometimes we give over our power to people, not trusting ourselves that we can do it. But actually, do you think you could have got there? Or
I needed his little black book of manufacturers.
Yeah.
Because I had asked and I was exploring manufacturers relentlessly and nobody was opening the door.
Yeah.
So I did want to unlock the manufacturing side. And in a way, he did lead me to Portugal. Yeah, so I'd lined up 2 manufacturers that were prepared to sample coming home. That felt great. I drew a picture of that meeting in my notepad because I wanted to remember it forever.
And did you have to pay for the samples in advance?
Yeah, you have to supply the fabrics, but sometimes the fabric mill will send a couple of meters over for free 1 or 2 times before they expect an order. And then I think they do, is not very much money.
Yeah.
It's the customs charge and the
Yes.
and all the other charges and the shipping.
So when you got to this stage, you were still funding it yourself?
Yeah, I did get a British Business Bank loan for 25 grand.
Wow.
About that time. But I was saving that for manufacturing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd raised 80 grand in government funding.
That
Oh,
is
wow.
amazing.
So a lot of that, I would say never use your own money for R&D. Like there's so much money out there. Somebody introduced me to an Innovate UK, what they call themselves growth specialist.
Right.
So tell Innovate UK your idea and it will go from there. They'll help you from there.
Is that Innovate? Is that the one at Warwick University?
Yeah, you pitch them there, you pitch them your idea, and then you get allocated a growth specialist, and that growth specialist will support you and point you to the pots of money. But yeah, the pots of money have unlocked, like it's been the difference between me getting a patent and not getting a
So
patent.
you've not had to give away equity?
No.
No. So
No.
that's basically free money because you don't have to repay them anything. The business loan, I guess, obviously you've got to repay that. There's some interest, but that's a really smart way to get your business off the ground.
What are the conditions they put on?
So it's government spending, so you have to prove where every penny has gone.
Yeah.
3 ways,
Your
you know.
receipts,
Yeah,
literally.
invoice, the debits, everything, and it all has to be audited. But yeah, that's the payoff. You spend
Yeah.
a lot of time making sure every cost is eligible within the grant.
That's the thing. Like this is the overriding thing is just time, isn't it? So I can feel like everything just takes every person you contact. There's like a wait.
Yeah.
And in another grant form, a wait, and like you might not even get it, and then you got to go. I guess you've got to have a few in at the same time, I assume. So
Yeah,
like
go for
hundreds.
anything. Yeah, no.
because you can't just rely on one, surely.
No, they'll just come up when they come up at the worst
Yeah.
time. But yes, yeah, they are really time consuming, and everyone can think, well, does it fill your time? And it's invisible time.
People think, oh, that will just take a moment. Just
Yeah.
contact them. And you're like, well, you can't just contact somebody. You've got to, like you said, you've got to do a pitch and you've got to speak to them. You've got
Yeah.
to prove it. You've got to do all your research, blah, blah, blah. So we've digressed. So you've got
Yeah.
the sample. So the samples arrive, or your first prototypes. You open up the box. And then are they what you imagined?
Yeah, they are actually. We did two options, because we weren't sure if the absorbent core could withstand a pressure from a heat press. It couldn't.
Okay.
So, and yeah, I was absolutely over the moon. I did a live unboxing, which was nerve-wracking.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I remember, because that goes against every instinct in your body.
Because you do want to check everything's fine first. But I guess all these people have been on that journey
They want to.
Yeah.
from the crowdfunding.
Yeah. I wish I'd done more of the messy beginning journey online, you know. I
Do
wish,
you?
because you don't know it's going to be a thing, and you think, oh, I won't share it because I don't know if it's going to be a thing.
But also, I think we have a thing about being vulnerable, isn't it? Because you don't want people to see you getting it wrong.
Yeah.
But all the messy bits, you think people are what they're going to say if I do this or that or the other. But did you not document it yourself on video or anything?
Not a lot of it, no.
No.
We don't have many videos.
Okay, so you did the live unboxing. You got the prototypes. Then what?
Then we did a trial with 30 real women with
Yeah.
England Athletics.
I know. I was very impressed when I saw that journey.
And they hosted the trial, so it was completely impartial, and also we got a great participation rate, which you wouldn't normally. People would get your free sample and then ghost you, but as they had the authority, that really helped. So I had like nearly all the women took part, and yeah, the feedback was really helpful.
How did you get that collaboration?
An introduction through Innovate as well. So
Brilliant.
That sounds like they've been good for you then.
yeah, they've been really good. Yeah, I think it
Shout
really.
out to Innovate.
There's a lot they've unlocked for me.
That's
a lot of
amazing.
opportunity.
And then did they give the ladies? Did they give their feedback on email? Did you get it in different ways? Did you go and meet them?
We did a Zoom call in the evening.
Yeah.
We had a team talk, and then they filled out a survey that didn't involve me. So they
Okay.
were completely honest.
Is that a bit nerve wracking?
Yeah, it's your baby. But also, I need to hear it.
And was there anything specific that they said that did change how you then made the next iteration?
Yeah, they actually said that it was too much absorbency, like too long.
Okay.
So actually that was great news because that reduced my cost. I could make it shorter.
That's brilliant.
How long is it?
So
it's 25 centimeters long now.
Yeah.
I think at the time it was 35 centimeters long, so it was way too long. But again, it's a personal preference,
yes,
a little bit as well. But consistently, it needed to be a little bit shorter, so that was great, amazing.
You could offer 2 maybe going like in the future. You just don't know, do you?
Yeah, there's so many things. And then a good customer of mine have said they'd like a nude one. But yeah, feedback's a gift.
Yeah. And then so you got the feedback, and then you went and did the next. Did you set up your shop then?
The online,
yeah,
the website. Yeah, so we were working on that for 6 months or so
because it looks amazing. Did you get an agency to do that?
Thank you.
I love the colour.
I love it.
Oh, so my husband's friend gave me 2 hours of his time every Thursday, and he built it for me.
That's nice.
What's his name? Let's give him a little shout.
Yeah, 02 Digital.
Brilliant.
Andrew Peet.
Oh, looks fantastic.
Thank you. It's a WordPress site using WooCommerce for the payments, and if I could do it again, I'd use Shopify, but they have big fees and I can't afford the fees. The monthly fees. WooCommerce was cheaper month by month, and the transaction fee was cheaper. So yeah, I do like the website, but it's underestimated. I think it's not just a website. Everything has to plug into it seamlessly.
I know, it's all the back end is very underestimated. I think because all people seem to be interested in is the website and the product. And you're like, of course that's important, but the back end stuff is crazy busy. There's so much to it, and if you don't get that right, like the website and the product, it's like, well, not that it doesn't matter, but it's like you need the back end more.
Yeah, definitely. The website is just a channel for it all to work, isn't it? Because you could, yes, exactly. Because you could sell straight from a link tree.
Yeah,
you could put a shop on Linktree and not have a website. Have
you got a community? You're growing a community of women. Where does that sit? What does that look like?
Yeah, so I'm popping up at Big Bear ultra marathons as well for the same reason.
That's brilliant.
Just get closer to my target market of these ultra marathons, and I've got email subscribers, and I'm going to be doing more TikTok lives and TikToks, but I've been doing them to no one at the moment.
There's so many things you can do. It's like,
I know, but it's the time, isn't it? Do you have anybody on your team, or is it just you?
No, it's just me. Then I've got just me, and then obviously I get support from a friend who's better with the numbers. Out to Kaye Allfrey, and then my 2 hours with Andrew Peet.
Okay, so all of the email stuff as well, because I guess, you know, what we've learned as well is like SEO and improving your website SEO and to help with the traffic coming in. So I guess you're doing all of the hands-on stuff and the orders and the customer service and the promotion. Are you exhausted?
No, because a woman, a customer has just run her first half marathon and crossed the finish line wearing DriRun, and her 2 little boys were watching. And it was her first, and she was shouting, "I'm wearing DriRun."
So there's no point you wanted to like throw the towel and go, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, there's been loads of those.
Loads.
I've been sat on the bedroom floor crying, head in my hands. But I thought, if I don't do this, someone will. This is a genuine gap. I don't do this. How am I going to feel when someone else does?
And you were,
and that kept you going.
And what about like husband and support and stuff? Is it always just been go, 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 don't stop kind of thing?
He quotes Winston Churchill at the time I need to hear it. If you're walking through hell, carry on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, yeah. What can you say to that?
But that's amazing, because it is hard and it's not instant success and nothing is guaranteed. And you've just got your idea that you bring to life, and the grit and determination you need to keep moving forward. And then it's such a taboo topic. So there's not many people out there talking about it. So will you try and do more about that, or are you just going to focus on the product part?
That's a great question. I am obsessed with the product, absolutely obsessed with product development. I think just doing what I'm doing, I'm going to encourage people to talk to me, because whenever I talk about it, I'll get DMs.
Yeah.
Women are really candid one-to-one. And that's, that's what I live for. But yes, I absolutely encourage the conversation.
I think that'll be your tipping point. If you get enough people talking about it, and you can get some champions, like people who actually, like there was some, like say famous public runner who will happily step out for DriRun and talk about it.
Yes.
It makes it less taboo, gets the conversation going.
Yeah, I was thinking there's the factual part, so you've got like the stats, but what you're selling is confidence.
Yeah.
It's more than a product. It's that confidence for people to go out and do what they love doing.
What they love doing, yeah. Like you were saying earlier, women have just stopped are not exercising anymore because they don't want to admit what's happening to them. So if you can get those people talking about it more, and then with you, because like you're really open, then yeah, I think that will be your. I know, I can see it.
I need you to on my team.
It's happening.
Laura, run down the road with the microphone.
Come on. Do you know what?
you?
Yes. The challenge for the business is testimonials.
Testimonials.
Because it's such a stigma. But yeah.
How did you go about pricing your product? Because it's a reusable product and you want to make it accessible. How did you just do a formulaic, it cost me this, I need to make sure it's this, or did you have to speak to people? Did you have to fiddle around with the pricing of it?
So it's a combination of things. So if I want a woman to ditch a disposable,
yeah,
I need to match the cost per wear. So the cost per wear was about 21p per wear disposable. So we try and match that. Then to match that, I needed to know how many times it washed. So we did lab testing on how many times it washed, but also at what temperature and how long.
Yes.
Can we extend its life cycle by washing it on a cooler temperature?
Do you come up with all these things?
Yeah. So I had a grant.
Brilliant. Grant for that. There's a grant for that.
And then I sourced. There's an industry for lab tests and lab testing products. So I needed the one specifically for fabrics, and washability and laundry care. But then you can tell women to wash at 30, they're going to wash at 40. So you really need to sense check it and its life cycle. So then we get 90 washes out of a pad, we get our cost per wear, and then you work your way backwards to your retail price, or my retail price. Very luckily, it's a 0% VAT product, so I don't need to add on VAT, so everything comes back to me. And then I need to make some money, which I don't. But in theory, I have...
You will?
Yeah, yes.
You will.
In theory, I have a profit margin on top of what it cost me to make it. But yeah, so it comes from the cost per wear ultimately, because if it's not accessible to women, it's not a viable.
That's the thing, isn't it? Because
there is also a perception of how much a woman values it. So I think it's interesting. Somebody will spend £20 on a baseball cap, a running cap.
Yes.
But they will not spend £20 on a sanitary pad, because their perception of the value of it, even though it saves their embarrassment, it's really odd. But somebody will spend £20 on a pair of underwear.
Yes.
But not a pad.
No.
So we did ask all the 30 women in the trial, what would you spend on it? And it was about £15 to £16.
Yeah.
But if you divide that by 90, that's cheaper than a disposable pad.
Yeah. Have you tried to get into any shops or anything, or we're not there yet?
Just having a discussion now, but and the case study is like Moddy Body. Do you know Moddy Body? Yeah. So the case study is direct to consumer works really well for this sort of product.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't rely on finding a retailer.
Be nice though, wouldn't it?
Do you know what would be amazing?
It would be nice, because we want to represent these women.
A pop-up at Selfridges.
Let's try Selfridges in my head as I was saying that.
Colour, the fact that they do that as well, don't they? They do lots of pop-up for independent and is it by Women Bill?
Yes, I'm part of that network.
So shall we do our quick fire questions?
Quick fire questions.
Okay, so first thing you tell someone with a brand new idea.
Well, firstly, I'd say make sure your business is less than 3 years old, because there's so many opportunities out there for a young incorporated business. So
brilliant.
Don't repurpose your business if you've already got one.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Start a new one.
That's brilliant.
There's so many opportunities. And then don't wait until you've got a product, if this is a product-based tip. But, start a Facebook ad for the solution that you're offering to a problem, and get it, click through and collect emails on that, because like I did the crowdfunder, it shows that there's data there to back you up, because opinions mean nothing. But do that.
Okay, so what's the hardest no you faced in the early days?
Well, no's come in different formats, don't they?
I say, or
yeah.
yes, or situation.
So I think the worst times is when it's not a no, it's just silence, no reply,
Yes,
not
you're so
answering
right.
the phone. I had a manufacturer in Portugal before this one.
Yeah.
And they were storing my fabrics. I'd invested thousands into fabrics. They'd started the work and then they just stopped replying. And that was a hard no, but I needed to interpret it as a no. And then we needed to get all...
I was going to say, how did you get all that back?
Very awkward. Bit of a courier. Very awkward.
What did they say? Why they stopped? Or
I think they must have won a contract or something. They were just so busy. They were
So bad, isn't it? You've got no control, have you? That's
no
the hardest.
control, and all your deadlines just slip away.
And it's out of there. You've got to stay calm, isn't it? I mean, that leads us on. So a moment you thought you were done and dusted, but you kept going anyway. Was that?
Yeah, there's been loads of those. Yeah, that would be one.
Yeah.
That would be one, because you're like, oh, not again. This can't happen again. And all the bad experiences you've had are coming flooding back. And no.
PTSD.
Yeah.
So what's next for DriRun then? I suppose
DriRun's going to be at the National Running Show.
So good.
Come and say hello and play our cheeky game. So if you use the code DriRun, you can have a free ticket.
Okay.
When's the show?
January.
What can we, like everyone listening, is there anything that we can do to help you or support you? Like follow you?
Yes, please.
Share, like you're on, and you do great stuff on LinkedIn. Is there anything else, like spread the word? Any collaborations or anything that you're looking for?
Or women who will use your product and talk about it. If anyone wants to do that.
Yes,
for
please.
you.
Yes. If anyone wants to publicly test it and review it,
talk about it.
Let me know. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But yeah, subscribe to our email to find about new products coming.
Sometimes when you see a sale happens, when it goes through, do you get excited?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's amazing. It's what I live for. But I think it's more the messages, the messages that say, I've done this, I've just been cycling and I love it. And
Well, on that note,
Thank you so much, Laura.
thank you for listening.
it's been lovely.
We'll have to get you back on because we've not covered any of the questions that we sent on.
Well, do you know what? This is all about the journey. So, in a few months' time or 6 months' time, you'll be somewhere else on your journey. So you can come back
Yeah.
and talk about the next step of your journey.
Yes,
because
please.
we're all invested.
Amazing.
We're all hard invested now.
Thank you so much, Laura. And that was it for episode 12.
12.
We've been told that we need to say, if you like the pod,
Like, subscribe and share. That was actually really hot. My throat chakra was
your throat chakra.
screaming.
Yeah. So, and also give us a follow on social or YouTube or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for your support.
Ciao for now.
Ciao. Bye.